Yo, what is going on, guys? Today's video is something a little bit different, but I am excited to put it together anyway. What I'm going to be going through is how to be better at this game, how to be the best at this game. Like, there's no reason anybody watching this video, whether you're new to COD, whether this is your first time playing World War II, or even if you don't have World War II yet, and you plan on getting it around Christmas time. I'm going to be going through ways that you guys can get better at this game, and also the best classes to be using to do well on this game. Because that's the funnest thing in Call of Duty, getting a lot of kills, and this COD is so very different to the last few years. We've had like boots in the air, flying around with jetpacks, and now it's back to boots on the ground. So it takes a bit of getting used to, but I can go through some ways that you guys can get a whole lot better at this game and the classes to do that with. Because getting a lot of kills is always a lot of fun, and even if you're newer to the Call of Duty franchise, or even if you're good at the game, there's definitely a few things you guys can learn from this video, so I'm going to go ahead and go through them. But the first things first, just because it's boots on the ground does not mean you cannot have movement. You will see in this video me jump shot, me drop shot, all of the above. Like, jumping and drop shotting is still in their game. You can't double jump, you can't jump to the moon, but that does not mean you can't hit your enemies with a full work. Just pay attention to my movement in this video, but drop shotting is back. And there's a way you guys can like drop shot easy. You see me do it here multiple times in this video. I'll be drop shotting. I think it's the new best movement feature. Jump shotting's decent, like you can still do decent jumps, like it'll definitely make your enemies miss bullets and win you more gunfights, but I think drop shotting is single-handedly the best way. You just seen me get the 3-piece just from drop shotting there. Like, the strategy of drop shotting has never been bigger in any other Call of Duty since MW3. Like, this is a COD to drop shot, I kid you guys not. It'll definitely make your enemies miss bullets and definitely win you a lot of gunfights. You see me drop shot in this clip alone like 6-7 times. I know it's annoying to come across people drop shotting, but that's the whole point. It makes you miss and it'll make the enemy team miss as well. Now, there's an easy as hell way to start drop shotting. Usually you'd have to press the circle to crouch, but just like in MW3, the best button layout to be drop shotting is what's on your screen right now, tactical. So if all you have to do, you don't have to take your finger off aiming or shooting, you can literally just hold down your R3 button, the stick on your controller, and drop shot mid gunfight without any worries. It's like super overpowered, and I reckon it's the best button layout for like this Call of Duty, because drop shotting is the best movement feature at this point in time. It's a beta, so it's all subject to change. Like, a lot of people might cry about the drop shotting and it might get nerfed, but as of right now, definitely be using the tactical layout. It takes a little to get used to. It does swap out your meleeing, but you can't one-hit melee unless you're using a bayonet anyway. Like you see me do in this video. I press circle to knife these guys, and I press the stick to drop shot. I can easily get used to that, and it's definitely something that'll win you a lot more gunfights. Now, another thing that'll win you more gunfights and get you more kills in this game is having a sensitivity that works for you. Now, the lower the sensitivity, normally it's like the better the accuracy is going to be. I play on a somewhat higher of a sensitivity than most people. I think I play on an 8 on this game, but that's mainly because I'm going to be doing a lot of sniping, getting my phase up, and having fun on the game. But if I was in a competitive setting, most of your competitive players you'd find, like on this Call of Duty, would be playing on like a 4 or a 5 sensitivity, simply because it's easier to control your shots and to win you more gunfights. So keep that in mind. You can play on a higher sensitivity, but you have less control over your aim. The thing with accuracy is you're never going to wake up one morning, not miss a bullet, and be an accuracy god. Accuracy comes with practice. Like, you need to play the game a bit, get used to a sensitivity that feels right to you, and then you will get better at aiming. That's the only way. Practice makes perfect, but aiming isn't everything either. One of the most important things in this game is map awareness and knowing where your enemies are. It is extremely easy in this Call of Duty to know where your enemies are. With the minimap, it is super easy to use, and you'll see me get a turn on in this clip simply because of my minimap. Have a look at my minimap here. Someone starts shooting me in the back, I jump shot, get a double kill turn on, which ends up being the round winning kill cam for this game. Like, it was ridiculous. 2 people shooting me in the back, jump shot, double kill, turn on, all because I looked at my minimap. That is how important it is. The minimap tells you a lot of things. Where your teammates are is pretty much where your enemies aren't going to be. So if your teammates are on one side of the map, your enemies are going to be on the other. It's super easy and something you should be looking at like constantly. Like the minimap in this game will tell you exactly where your enemies are like most of the time. I'm never looking for enemies in this game. I always know whereabouts they're going to be, which helps you getting a lot of kills and top scoring the game is simply looking at the minimap, telling when the enemies are on your screen and telling where they're going to be and where they're going to spawning. That's all useful information. With the minimap, a tip as well is if they show up on your circle as a red dot, that means they're on your minimap. If it's a little line on the edge of your minimap, that means they're in that direction, but they're not close enough to be on your minimap. So the circles and the lines can tell you a lot of information and get you more kills. I reckon map awareness is just as important as accuracy. You could be the best aimer in the world, but if you got no map awareness and you can't judge where your enemies are going to be, you're constantly going to be getting shot in the back and you won't be getting as many kills. Speaking of jump shotting though, have a look at that. Spots and shots with Zeus. Taking him out of the camper's den with like a jump shot off the back. But yeah, movement is here. It's not like this Call of Duty is slow paced just because it's boots on the ground. This is an extremely fast paced Call of Duty, so far from what we've seen. The maps we're played on are sort of like anthill maps, which like force like close engagements all the time. So SMGs I've been using a whole lot of, but there's one really good assault rifle which I'll get into as well when I'm doing the best creator class setups. The other assault rifles in my opinion are pretty much useless. There's like a few good guns in this game that'll help you get more kills, and I want you guys to be using the right weapons as well. And of course, you can always be sniping, having some fun. Call of Duty is all about having some fun, but let's be honest, the more kills you get, the more fun you have. Whether you're sniping, whether you're trolling, getting kills is really important, which is why I'm making this sort of video and explaining ways you guys can get better at this game. But one of the other most important things, like accuracy is really important, map awareness is really important, there's something else that's equally as important as those two things that I'm going to be going through now, and that is map positioning. Previously in like jetpacking Call of Duties, it didn't matter as much. Like if somebody had the advantage on you, was waiting on a head glitch around the corner, you could like double jump to the goddamn moon and take them off that spot. But playing to the advantage is extremely important in this Call of Duty. I'm not saying to camp on a head glitch and use cover and don't move up the map, because that's not how you play. You'll never get better at Call of Duty if you depend on having the advantage and you just constantly camp. The best way to get better is by running around and using the map as cover. Like you'll see me do it multiple times. Like you'll see little head glitches around the map that I'll use to move up on. All my gameplay, I'm never camping. Like that's just not how I play Call of Duty, and that's not how you get better at Call of Duty. Move around, use the cover that's available to you. Like you'll see like literally boxes and head glitches everywhere. You can use that to position yourself and move your way up the map like I'm doing like right now. I'm using this cover, but I'm not camping behind it because map positioning is extremely important. That's like the top three things. If you can nail accuracy, if you can nail like map awareness, and you can nail positioning on the map with movement, you're going to be a god tier Call of Duty player in no time. All these things though take a bit of practice. Don't expect to like wake up one morning and be the best player in the game, but there is no reason in the next couple of weeks, the next couple of months, that you guys can't be top scoring most of your lobbies. There's literally no reason you can't be doing that. And this sort of video is something you guys can take away from. As long as you like remember what I'm saying, take into like effect what I'm saying, then I think in no time you guys will be absolute gods if you're not already. Alright, let's just get into the best creator class setups for this game. I'm going to show you guys a few of the classes I've been using, and some of the best class setups are definitely the ones I've got on here. So currently I'm running the infantry division on this class, and the reason I'm doing that is you can see what I unlock. It's more of an assault rifle one, but there's a reason I'm using it on this class. The first thing you unlock with this infantry is a rifle bayonet, but I'm using an SMG on the class, so that's not helping me. You get an additional primary attachment, and number 3 is extra magazines. So I get extra ammo and a third attachment on my SMG. It's more meant for assault rifles, but having 3 attachments on this game is something I'm definitely enjoying a whole lot. But I'll show you a couple variants of this class. So currently what I got on is extended mag, steady aim, and quick draw on the Type 100, which is definitely definitely, at this point in time, the best SMG in the game. All the other SMGs are really close to this, like they're decent, but this one is clear the best. Definitely from what I've used, the Type 100 is the SMG you want to use. PPSH and Grease Gun are both good SMGs too, but definitely so far in the beta from what we've seen, the Type 100 is the best one. Extended mag, steady aim, quick draw are extremely good. You can mix it up. Rapid fire does actually work pretty well in this game. I've used it, but definitely the best I've found for me is steady aim, quick draw, extended mags. It just helps you win more gunfights up close, lock onto your enemies quicker with quick draw, and steady aim is extremely useful as well. It tightens your hip fire spread something cruel. So all the close range maps where SMGs are dominant, you can just like hip fire spray down your enemies, and this is a class that's working well for me. The lethal I actually show you guys. This lethal, the MK2 frag, I think it's pretty useless. So I swapped it up to this lethal sticky bomb, which is like a sticky grenade, and that's getting me a whole lot more kills than whatever this is. That's all personal preference though, but also the basic training thing that I'm using on this class, fire guns while sprinting. This is like similar to like Fast Hands or Gung Ho from like Black Ops 3, and if you're sprinting around and you get caught in sprint, this will help you win more gunfights, this thing right here. There's also like another decent one that you can use, which is reload faster and while sprinting, which is basically a sleight of hand. Some of these aren't so great, like you got Scavenger here, which is not bad at all, but with my infantry, I get extra magazines, so running out of ammo really isn't that much of a problem with the infantry loadout. You can use a lot of different things, but definitely my favorite for the SMGs and rushing is Gunslinger paired with the infantry. But if you're using SMGs, Airborne is technically the one you're supposed to be using, which lets you use like the SMG suppressor, so you can choose to attach your suppressor or detach. With the suppressor on, keep in mind though, you lose a lot of your gun's range. Like it can be super handy so the enemies don't know where you're at, but your gun's a whole lot weaker, so winning gunfights is a little bit harder. You also get sprint for longer over distances, which is like super handy as well. Climb over obstacles faster and increase sprint speed. And then finally, when I unlock it, a classified submachine gun, which I'm not sure what it is yet. But it is super handy, this class setup. I think you guys will enjoy using it, either airborne or infantry. The thing is, when you use airborne, it helps you rush around quicker, but you don't get that third attachment. So you're limited to 2 attachments, which isn't too bad, but that's why I've been using infantry so much. And once I level the infantry up all the way as well, the fourth thing I unlock is move faster while aiming down sights. I'm super looking forward to unlocking stock. It'll be handy on SMGs and assault rifles, and I think it'll be something that's super handy in this game. So infantry is currently my favorite loadout. Let me know what you guys have been using. I think infantry is the one you guys should be leveling up right now. 3 attachments and stock so you can hit enemies with footwork and make them miss more bullets is definitely handy. Or the rush one airborne is equally as useful, but I just like having my 3 attachments. So I think that's the reason I'm preferring infantry over. So the best SMG class setup in this game currently, I would say, is the Type 100. You guys might have a different favorite SMG because they're all really close, but I'll move into assault rifles. The 2 guns I'll show you the best creator class with. The M1941, super slow rate of fire. You get so many hit markers with this thing, and half the time the enemies end up running away. I do not like this assault rifle at all. M1 Grand's not bad, but you're limited to 8 bullets in the clip, unless you obviously have extended mags. But this is the baby. With how close range the maps are, how SMG dominant, this is the fastest fire rate assault rifle in the game currently, and it is lethal. This is the one assault rifle I would suggest you guys using in this beta. Now, what I would normally run with it, I'd get rid of airborne and put on infantry so I do get my 3 attachments. For me personally, the reflex, the quick draw helps you snap on targets quicker, win you more gunfights, and then the third one's really up to you. Extended mags, having more ammo is super handy. Long barrel can be decent. You can run rapid fire or anything else. Quick draw and then extended mags, for example. If I wanted to get heaps of kills, get that game-winning kill cam with like a 3-4 piece, this is the sort of class I'd be running. It's a good assault rifle and the only one I would actually say that you guys should be using in the beta. I think I'll leave it at just the best SMG and the best assault rifle in the game at this point in time. It's a pity, one thing I will say, there's not as much customization in this game. In other Call of Duties with the pick 10, you get to choose multiple perks. You're sort of stuck in the mud. Like, there's not as much customization in this game as I would like there to be. That's something you guys can give me your opinion on, whether you're liking the Division, but for me personally, there's less customization, and the more classes I can make and change things up is like what makes COD fun for me. I'm making like 1,000 different classes on Black Ops 3 with a variety of stuff, like guns with like 5 attachments, something ridiculous, and like a bunch of perks, for example. In this game, there's less customization. But that's my like one whinge about the game. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it at that for this video. But one last thing, and that is super important. I'm giving away $100 to you guys at the end of this weekend. The only thing you need to do is submit your clip to my world's best plays. Anything you've done on World War 3, any amazing play you've done, definitely submit it, because I'm giving $100 to the winner of the world's best plays. Whoever does the most amazing, insane thing on World War 2 is going away with $100, and that's a video I'm looking forward to making. But that is all for today, guys. I hope you did enjoy. I hope you learned something new, and if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and if you haven't, titty smack that like button. That does help too. Anyway, peace out, bros.